Should it be mandated for every student to study abroad for 1 year before the end of high school? And just like that, we're halfway through the season. I love what's been happening so far. But y'all have been working me hard. I really tried to avoid a lawsuit with this one. Hence, the extra day. Let's get into the episode. We've realized that there are some societal breakdowns that have been affecting the way decisions are made in this country. And to get to the root of it, we must start at the most foundational point: education. Shout out to the Honorable Glennis Hannah Martin, who no matter what ministry puts in work wherever she goes. But what's happening in the school system? Is it that parents aren't involved? Are the students just not interested? Maybe that's why School Spirit exists. At the end of the day, if it's one thing we realize is every year we get a new batch of adults on the street, and whatever they practice there is what they do in society. The Gapseed Room thought it was time to talk about the current state of our education system. This is episode 5. It's giving stay in school. All right, we're coming in hot. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the national average.
It is deplorable, and we saying it so loud. Oh, hell no. Did they know how to write their names? That's enough to write your name, right? A little bit more? Okay, your grade in school? Some of the way you're spelling that right, stop that. No, I think our national average is terrible, and I think it's really only because there are some schools that are actually pulling their weight with it. It's worse than what we really think it is. Just talk to somebody who's just come freshly out of high school. I could tell you.
Blame the parents. You have to blame the parents. It starts from home. And sorry to say, some of it is intentional and some is unintentional. You have, let's just say you have
people that are willing to learn versus people that ain't.
Not even that. You have a mother and father at home. You have a unit at home. One child. Both parents work. Child is at school. Who is watching that child? Who is trying to make sure that that child is doing their work that they're supposed to do? If there's a busy household, there's nobody there. You have some people that just don't monitor that situation. Some is intentional, some is unintentional, but it all depends.
Y'all keep saying the national average is D, right? But that's because y'all marking on a curve. Like, just let's be real. What happened to all the people who's be getting all these? I be seeing all kinds of pictures, plenty A's and B's and straight A's, straight B's, and they like doing these PGCSEs from like grade 10, grade 11. So how is the national average still a D? Somebody lying. Or y'all, y'all changing the grades to give other people passes. Because I work hard for my PGCSEs. Just saying.
I think that's solely the parents. Like, ultimately, I don't think there's any motivation. Somewhere. I won't pinpoint a particular place, but I think, like, in order for you to drive and succeed, you need to have that motivation. And it has to start at home. And a lot of people say, oh, certain things start at home, or you don't learn these things here. Like, some people are in an environment that just doesn't care. So they go to school and they just don't care.
Fallacy. Yeah. Bahamians think that D means something that it doesn't mean. And every single year, like, from when Chrissy Love was on the radio, in 2012, when Guardian Radio first opened up, I was there where we explained to Chrissy, hey, the D average is not what people think it is. And every year, we've been on the radio ever since. It is lazy reporters who are like, oh, once again, the Bahama says a D average because they know that's going to whip people into mass hysteria. Oh, we so dumb. What is a D changes from school to school because it's not a universal thing. And what the Bahamian government, through the Ministry of Education, decided a D is closer to what people think a C is. But we hate D's so much that I realized it just recently that regardless, you have an A class, a B class, a C class, and an E class. Because we hate D so much, right? Because like, they didn't want to have a D class because they'd be like, oh, that's the failure class, or because we have a bad association with D. But I mean, D is a grade, not as a. I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe I don't have any association with D. Oh, I do. Doesn't matter. I have one. The point is,
I understand. Let me tell you something. When I go on Facebook, I understand. And I think we is be putting our national average on a curve because y'all claim it's a D, I think it's a friggin' F.
I don't know who to blame, but there has to be. There's multiple people. The national average is woefully inadequate, and I don't know who to blame. I don't know if it's that the schools are overcrowded or if the teachers are bad. I'm not hating on teachers, but like I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know if the curriculum is thorough. I don't know if it's the BGCSEs and BJCs and whatnot are just more difficult than they were in the past, or what the hell it is, or if it's a combination of things. But I find it perplexing that the national average keeps dropping. Like it's just not getting better, and that either tells me that there are changes that need to be made that aren't being made for whatever reason.
What is it again? D? This can be a dumb generation, okay? This can be a very dumb generation. The COVID children, the COVID folks who had like 2 years off. I'm so scared because Jesus Christ, is this the people that are going to lead the nation next?
I just feel like there are a lot of contributing factors to this D average, truthfully. I don't think that it's solely or the church is dumb. Like again, what people do not understand is children only learn and do what they see and what they hear. If their parents ain't making them go to school and their parents ain't making them study, what you expect?
Then you get some parents who just don't check their children's work. Child ain't doing no work at school. When the parents call the school, or the school call the parents, oh, what you all doing to my child or whatever, this child is failing in school and we trying to correct it. Oh, but you all don't have no say with that. This is my child. I say what goes on. You have to blame the parents.
Yeah, you have to blame the parents because it depends on how you raise your child. Because what I notice in certain families is that your child could grow up knowing that this education is the groundwork to whether or not that you have an easier life, or you struggling, or for the rest of your life. And a lot of kids that in this position understand that, hey, I need to take school seriously. I am grade 10. My GPA start to matter now. I need to put this together. I need to graduate, get a degree, get a decent enough GPA where I can at least get accepted in the school so I can move forward in my life and make something happen, versus people who ain't really instill the fact that, hey, as much as you may think you know, or as much as you believe you may learn on the streets, or just going from job to job, at the end of the day, in this world, whether you have a degree versus if you don't, is a huge difference.
A lot of them don't really have goals and they don't have dreams. Some of them do, and some of them work like real hard to like get out of that and not be a product of their environment. But a lot of them just don't give a and they don't care that they just gonna come out of school and like be on the block selling weed, or like just doing like the bare fucking minimum when they could be greater. You know what I mean? So again, like, who do I blame? And I blame the parents. I blame the parents who are raising these children to not give a because they don't give a and so like if they don't give a why would I even think that they would care about their children like doing their homework or studying all that if you f***ing buy an outfit every 2 days to go up in these ghetto clubs for what? For what? Like, so yeah, I could be public enemy number one, but I'm gonna blame the national average on public school children because that's where like I feel like that's where the majority of them are.
Yeah, we have this idea of what a D grade means, but that's not what it means. And every year people have to explain it. But it's easy to just scream at, oh, the reason why we're doing that is because we have a D average. Yeah, the D average is, if you read it, it's like you have a grasp of the subject. You don't have a mastery of it, but you understand the basic core principles. That's a C, right? It's not like you fail it. It's like, so yes, the average is average. And that's what the Ministry of Education has been telling people for years. Now, if they wanted to really fix the problem and not use it as a clear distraction from whatever they're distracting people from, they'd give you a number grade or a percentage grade and say, oh, the majority of students got 69 or 60% or over, right? That'd be different. But then that would also require a different system for how they let people grade the papers. I think 2 minutes is up. The whole point is, it's a fallacy. It's just a thing that people say.
I think that it's to be expected when a large portion of the kids don't even attend school for a big portion of the year.
If their parents only know Facebook and Cindy Patrice Jackson and if their parents only know that and that's what their parents teaching them, how you expect them to think of, oh, let me just go and apply for this college real quick? Why, if my mommy's sitting there watching Cindy all day?
Let me kindly clarify you that my Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Cindy Patrice Jackson, also champions the cause of tertiary and higher education. Be sure to support yourself.
What college Cindy got to?
The School of Hard Knocks.
Imagine that.
I think this national average is ungraded because the things I see you're saying and agreeing with on Facebook, now this gotta be a joke. Just like Cindy Patrice Jackson said, this gotta be a dream. This gotta be a fairy tale because this can't be real life. This can't be real life. Okay, I refuse to believe my people. They're senseless and dumb.
It's time for a side quest. The season 1 crew have some thoughts on education.
I think what's cliche is thinking that you are better than someone that went to a public school because they went to a public school, because let's remember that the government high, depending on who you are, the government high was the top school in the Bahamas where our founding fathers of independence, they went there, and government high was top-notch education. So don't think that you're better than anyone, because
I mean, the schools don't really matter because we had more criminals come from private schools than public schools.
Truly.
Real niggas get certified and things. Go to BDVI. Everybody ain't good with book knowledge. Everybody ain't book smart. Go to BDVI, get yourself a trade, gents, ladies. Go get yourself a trade as well. I mean, ain't no ceilings. When you have a trade, you could make anything from $50 to $1,000 in a day. I watch gals, but can't even text straight, make that kind of coin. So go learn something.
So education, I feel like we don't do a good enough job with anything involving education. I feel like we don't discuss slavery to a point. You're too caught up on kids' hair. No one gives a about my child's hair. You should be able to have a fro. Lots. The only thing I disagree with is peasy hair. If you have Kevin Durant texture hair, you should not be. You're a criminal. I need to see you on my claim. You're a criminal.
Oh my God! Please, for God's sakes, let's find some money to put air conditioning in these classes. It's hot. Them children wearing undershirt, blouse, school skirt, pants under their school skirt, socks, thick socks, and shoes, and y'all expect them to be in a classroom for like 8 hours with no air conditioning. The only reprieve they have is when they go to computer class and the AC pipe in. Come on! This, and then y'all wonder why these children so miserable. Well, they just demons on hold, but like they just miserable like when they come from school because you hot. Babe, I used to run to my mommy car after school because I know she had the AC on. Shout out to my mommy, babe. Shout out to her.
School traffic out east where I live is a problem. I wish some of y'all would not in these gals. I wish y'all would just like, maybe tonight when you go to bed and you're laying with the woman you love and y'all are listening to music and you're enjoying a glass of wine, maybe don't with your girl if you live out east. Because out east is done. Traffic.
From young, we should see where our kids are tailored towards.
Our teachers need to be trained to see that.
Yes, this is why I say we got to revamp.
Professional development for
the
teachers.
The whole education system needs to be revamped so we get a proper guide to where these children are going to be molded to go into society.
I agree.
That's where we wouldn't let everybody trying to be doctors and lawyers.
Oh my God, or accountants.
And then by the time they reach their 5th year in UE, they want to change to go do accounting or some other or they want to do lashes inside their mommy front room. Or a majority, and no disrespect, peanuts, but everybody want to work the hotel.
Stop going to school for something you know you don't want to do. You going to school. Most of y'all in school taking up biochem right now. And you taking up biochem? Yeah, and you switch right the over in your second semester. Y'all stop taking these classes which y'all know y'all into.
If I hear another person go to UB to go do psychology, miss, you have your own problems. You didn't have it from you.
Oh, Lord, jeez.
The average is why we're in the state we're in, and the average is why these politicians feel that they can come to a rally, give out t-shirts, free food, free liquor, you get a mediocre minimum wage job, and then y'all vote for them. The average is more or less the engine for mediocrity and for these governments to not be held accountable. I'm not proud of the average. I understand the average, but we gotta be better than that. It's not even funny at this point. It's funny because y'all dumb, but like, not really.
We need farmers, man.
Yeah.
We need farmers.
Yeah.
And fishermen.
Yeah, and plumbers.
And plumbers.
And HVAC
And these
technicians.
guys, some of them going OnlyFans and everybody want to be a streamer. Can't play games and save their life. You can't cook rice.
Some people got it, and other people are normal. Let's talk about school pride.
I have tons of school pride. The great St. John's College. Like, could you not see it? Oh my God, and this green screen? Look how you doing me. That's why I glow. I bleed green. I bleed green. I love, and I was just talking to somebody about this. My child, don't say that. But I was talking to someone about this today, that we had so much pride, and a lot of that was spearheaded by parents. And look here, to this day, I don't care what you say. There were those that went to St. John's and those that wanted to go to St. John's College. We are known for having the best party. Every beginning of that's Lente, every beginning of Lent, Mardi Gras, everybody came to Mardi Gras. If you didn't come to Mardi, you was a nobody. Sorry to say it. You was nobody if you didn't come to Mardi Gras. That's simple.
Giants, boy.
I ain't no school bride. But we know who the elephant is in the room. They in the room, but when in the room, their presence are known. Yeah, they scary on body. I think, like, if you're in the 30s, come on now. Like, just take a break, you know? Like, y'all carrying on like a prep rally tomorrow.
She talking about?
Redacted.
No one said anything.
You're talking, she's talking about.
Redacted.
And don't, like, no, don't, I'm just saying who she's talking about. Like, I don't want no
Redacted.
alumni. Like, them people f***ing scary. Like, them
Redacted.
are scary. Like, they worse than Mighty Knowledge followers. Like, they on the same level. Like, I don't know what it is about people from.
Redacted.
But, boy, that is like, that's like Bahamian Harvard, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, right? Right? Too much. And that's big, right? That's a big name for that school, right? Right, yeah.
I bleed green. I might have graduated down there 13 years ago. I lied, 11 years ago. But I bleed green. That's a QC comment type of thing.
I hate people. I hate people because my thing is, why are you 50 and whatever and you still acting like you in BAISS? Give it the up and let it go, okay? Because on 2 to 1, like, you probably wasn't even really there at BAISS or anything like contributing to like their success, but you just riding along the bandwagon because you don't feel important. Like these influencers, like, yeah, people hate them because let it the go, and it ain't that goddamn serious. Y'all just really act like this the States where they actually have like put together programs, like sport programs where their students actually go off to like, you know, I mean, y'all may have a few who go off to these colleges, but like in comparison, it's like,
I mean, like, it helps, honestly, having rivalries help to build the country. It sounds like friendly rivalries, so, because then it inspires you to be better. Like, you have to achieve something. I don't have a problem with rivalries. It's just, you know, being delusional with it. You know, it's just like, Kingsway should never be in any of these conversations. And they know that.
Oh, well, I went to the distinguished school of choice. That is the St. John's College, graduated up to class of 2009.
St. John's?
Oh, don't get me started. When we were leading your Corifta team, when we were on your goddamn Corifta swimming team, we were representatives. Our 4x4 graduated from 2009's class. You have your Fenton Williams, you have your Matthew Beckles, you have your Wayne Claire, I can't
You know, what I hear a lot of is sports and no academics.
I don't know if to start hating or what. I mean, everybody displays school pride, right? You know, I graduated from St. Anne's, so I'm a Blue Wave. That's where I rep. The tide is high. But whatever is in the pool water at SAC.
How many times do I have to say born, bred, dad, sock? Come on, guys. No, my mother went to SAC. All of my family went to SAC. My entire educational path was you could go to St. John's, you could go to SAC, whatever you do from there, that's on you. I didn't have a choice. I didn't take no other entrance exams. I didn't even take our common entrance for St. John's. I was like, why are you coming to school this day? I go to SAC. Next question.
Shout out to Anatole Rogers. Next.
Redacted.
I hate
Redacted.
students. Y'all really like y'all. I feel like
Redacted.
this is like this big old melting pot of like nothing. You know, it's like you couldn't really go to St. Andrews. Your parents didn't really want to necessarily send you to like, I don't know, Prince Will. So you went
Redacted.
You know, and I feel like a lot of people lost, but that's just that's just you know, I'm sorry, that's like the sad truth about them. So like, yeah, I hate
Redacted. Redacted.
See, yeah, I really don't like them, mainly because of their school pride and the alumni from them with the school pride. Like, nobody gives a like at all.
Really? My daughter goes there. The pride continues.
Must be nice.
My daddy went there. He was the vice principal there. I went there. My siblings and cousins went there. The pride continues. Okay?
We ain't talking about your grade school. We're talking about them.
The red.
Oh.
But you didn't go there though.
No, I went to, local school.
That school is getting my nerves. I feel like they be feeding them to steroids.
Hey.
I said it. Y'all be doing that.
Listen, my dad graduated from SAC in the 1976. I don't know when he graduated. 1968, right? And I kid you not. That SAC pride runs so deep, he doesn't even use the acronym. He tells people, I graduated from St. Augustine's College, the big red machine. They take this seriously. It's crazy. The only time you hear about QC is when SAC started rearing up. I mean, I went to QC for a little while too, so I feel like I could at least slip that one in. I ain't really hating too much, but that's the only time you hear people start chanting comments, because it's just what they do. But I find SAC school pride impressive. Honestly, it's impressive. There's like somebody made a joke like, there's 3 people in a room, how do you know which one went to SAC? Because they'll tell you. Like, they will find a way to work it into every conversation. You could be like, boy, what you want to eat, boy? Boy, at SAC, yeah, they used to put Heinz ketchup on the chicken. And you just be like, boy, how you get there?
And you know what? I might be a hater by trade, but it's okay. I really just can't take it though.
Oh, talk to me. What school did you go to?
What do you think I am? I went to the Distinguished National Christian Academy.
Oh, you dare not!
Come on, when my class ring is, I should have had that on. Even though I got that like 50 pounds ago.
It's a cult. And that's all I have to say on that. It's a cult.
Big decisions ahead, but let's talk about college. Here versus anywhere else.
I feel like when it comes to nursing here, top tier. Because we got people that come here to do that. Culinary here, again, I feel like they got one of the better programs. In terms of law, I feel like you could start law here, but you should kind of venture towards London as well. Kind of do both.
Serves no purpose.
Can't speak on it, never.
The lecturers don't know what the they're doing. I'll stand on that till I die.
Here?
Yes. Lecturers don't know what they're doing. They take favoritism too far, and they take professionalism not far enough.
It depends on what you want to do. There are some things that are better to do international, and there are some things that are quite fine to do locally.
I have mixed views. I've never went to college, but if I was, I would prefer to go abroad. I think networking is a big part of going off to college that people tend to overlook. Building relationships, getting on set. But like media, I feel like if we had we need a, shameless plug, Bahamas International Film School. I feel like there's a ton of creators over here, or art school. But that's my thought. I think networking over here doesn't have the same effect as if you're going to school in LA or New York.
No, but I did not go to the University of the Bahamas. Those are people who couldn't get abroad.
I feel as though with studying abroad, you get more of a chance per se. You get a better boost. Because I still don't think, even though the College of the Bahamas is now university, the credits from here aren't really recognized much in regions.
Anywhere else. Anywhere else.
Anywhere else, actually.
Anywhere else that you could possibly think of.
I do think that in my time COB and now time UB gives a great foundation for students who may not be able to.
You sound like the old people who tell you, oh, you have to go to COB first before you can go off to school. Why?
Yes, because I need to see all your tertiary education.
No, if you raised me well enough, I will know how to behave and I will know how to learn just how I learned in high school when I go off to college.
You find yourself surprised by the things that you didn't know that you weren't learning the minute you leave the Bahamas and go somewhere where there's a different curriculum and different rubric for how you're supposed to study things and what you're supposed to know.
Well, I only been in college here, so I can't really tell you what it's like going to. And most of my friends been to college here with me, so all us was bunk up in UB under the tree 2 to 4 in all the activities. Ducking your 6 o'clock class or your 8 o'clock class because 2 to 4 just too high. But I think it also goes back to what you study. It depends. It really depends.
The problem is government say the people like in their 50s now and 40s now who get the scholarships wasn't paying the money back. So they stopped getting the money. How is that my fault? Because Stephanie pay your back.
I say grants. So like, hey, work it out. We pay for your school. We pay for your college tuition. You come back, you work for us for 3 years in the country, 3-4 years, and then
Yeah, but when you come back, it's not always a guaranteed spot for you to work.
Yeah, so that.
Or you're not even getting a job in the actual profession that you was just handed a degree for.
All I'm saying is, I feel like that's just utter foolishness. Like, let these children go and experience the world. Stop trying to keep them captive of you be having to wait for 2 hours in the line talking about we got to get in this course because if we don't get it this semester, we can't go to the next semester and then we can't graduate.
When you look at who you could be over there compared to who you could be over here, over there makes more sense. Like if you come back, I guess it's for family reasons, wanting to be close to home. That's fine and dandy, but if you could see yourself being bigger abroad, then stay out there.
The biggest letdown, I think, for any curriculum in the Bahamas, at any level, really is that we don't teach, raw, unfiltered Bahamian history. We kind of teach that watered down 1492 Columbus lost his shoe bullshit, and that's not good.
In the States, I'm sure the experience is a lot more freeing, and you'll need a lot of discipline in order to survive over there because you don't have no parents watching over you and telling you do this, do that, making sure you go to class, harassing you if you don't, checking up on your grades, you on your own. So you really have to have a level of discipline in order to go to school, go to class, be on time for class, succeed, actually get good grades, actually put in the effort amongst all the party and all of this, all of that. God forbid if you're trying to join a sorority or fraternity, my Lord. Damn, because them people don't know you from a can of paint, so they ain't really trying to work with you. They ain't care. They just want you to get their work done. Now, how you gonna do that with agriculture in the States? Oh boy.
Every tertiary institution has its offerings, and I do think that the same type of academic possibilities and potential that's found in those external or even other places or other countries that can be found right here at UB.
You must be the president of UB.
I do think that the quality education
you
that
must
the
really work
offers can rival anywhere in this world. However,
I think they pay you well. That's what I think.
Take a start. But sorry, however, I do think that the difference between a tertiary education that's local in comparison to international is exposure. And exposure sets you apart that you can't get in the classroom here at UB.
Y'all go off to school, yeah? Go off to school.
Anywhere else that you go, even if it's a somewhat redacted version of the history, their history, you're learning about who you are and that kind of thing. The Arawaks was cool, the Pirates was all fun and good, but I trying to figure out why so much rolls in the Bahamas. You know what I mean? I want to understand that. I want to know the history of the name Cumberbatch because that is a hilarious last name to me that I don't know, it makes me laugh when I hear it. It makes me laugh when I hear it. But I want to know things I think people should know things about the Bahamas. So that's a big letdown for our curriculum.
It's rough, but I can also say the same thing for UB. You have to have a great amount of discipline in order to be in UB and actually succeed because number one, the curriculum harder. So you actually have to study. You actually have to take the time and put in some effort. Because you home, you a lot more relaxed, you a lot more comfortable, so you ain't gonna want to go to class. It's just like waking up and knowing you gotta go to your job and you ain't want to go. You ain't feel like it. It's the same thing with class, especially if you got any class after that 2 to 4 period when everything rocking. They got the dollar wine dance, they got this, they got that going on, the little fair, you're buying all the things. You done had your McDonald's, you done had your little Kentucky or your Wendy's, you sluggish, you got niggeritis, you can't think no more. You talking up with all the fine niggas under the tree, you ain't worrying about that. You ain't worrying about no class, so you still have to have a degree of discipline in order to be here and go to college and succeed as well. So it really depends.
In every facet of life, there's room for improvement. The education system is no different. Sure, there are quite a few parts of our curriculum I would change, but because our math and English curriculum is harder, it makes us so much sharper in other curriculums. So you have to admit that. Let's talk about teachers for a second. These men and women deal with about 30 to 100 little ankle biters for 8 hours straight. All of their attitudes, their problems, and their lack of home training. We need to pay teachers more, period. But we should also look into equipping our teachers with the necessary skills to identify gifts and different learning styles of students. Only then can they begin to tailor their lesson plans accordingly. As for the family, I was always told it takes a village, which is why I'm particular about who I put in mine. It's time for parents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and pretty much everyone to get involved. It takes support, discipline, and just love to make these kids shine. And I knew everything was going left the minute your neighbor stopped snitching about your children sneaking out and being down the road. Yes, she nosy, but we losing recipes. But it really takes all of us to ensure that these kids are decent human beings. Only then can we hope to create better citizens and discover our next great talent a little bit sooner. Love, the Gapseed Room.